We can be in the healthy body physically. We are living in the suffer in our life because we married a manipulator. Because you work in the company where the boss is a manipulator. Because we are in the neighborhood where our neighbor is a manipulator. We are suffering in our body, but we're not in okay. But what will we do in order to live with a manipulator? Welcome to Objective Santé, your well-being channel. Will allow you to recognize the manipulator and how to live with him. We lived with him before, but we didn't know how to do with you. You have to know how to live with a manipulator in order to keep the peace in your family. I'm Dr. Nature. I'm going to discover you the healthy body which can allow you to understand how to live in our society. So, we have the medicine we make in our office. You can use it if you want. So, when you live with a partner who is manipulator, you can get away. We are in the neighborhood, we are in the company where your associate responsible is a manipulator. How may we do exactly in order to keep the peaceful in a society where we are in the madness we is don't know. So you just discovered it. You have to live with him for and how to do for fear to be destroyed. There are two things. Yeah, there are things you are able to do, and there are other things you haven't to do it exact at all. We may don't do when you are living with a manipulator. The first, never manipulate a manipulator. You can do it because you haven't all the method to do it. You will look like the turf. We want to look like the ox. It will smell, and you're going to fast and destroy himself. The manipulator is a job. He knows how to do it, and it's easy to do it. So you have all the method, and it's art. It is experimented. So never try to manipulate a manipulator. So you have to avoid to manipulate, avoid to lie, because you cannot do it, and you can't. So the second thing to avoid: don't explain your my problems. He who has the information has the power. The manipulator is always looking for the information on you. So never justify yourself as the manipulator. You say, we always say, he who have the information has the power. And when the manipulator has the power, he will destroy you easily. The first, never justify yourself to the manipulator. So, my wife, can you go with me in the swimming pool? Say no. And don't justify yourself. She will try to know why you don't want to go to the swimming pool with her. And if you want to justify yourself, she will serve himself and make you change your decisions. So, if you are sure that the reason that why you say no, keep it, resist it, insist on your no, and don't justify yourself. So, because if the manipulators know you're the reason, will try to, to convince you to follow him. Four things you may never do with a manipulator: never come into conflict with a manipulator. Manipulators are always fighting against themselves. There are always fighting, there are, uh, there are the small person. They are always stressed. So the manipulator, you see, is looks at the person we are normal, isn't almost is a mad, and is always in fight against himself. Donc never come into conflict with a manipulator. First condition to avoid: don't try to change a manipulator. Is a mad person who don't know himself. So when he speak, it's very smart, it's very evil. All the things are on the place, normal place. So to discover a manipulator is very difficult. So when you realize that your partner, your partner is manipulator, you have to avoid to 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 try to change him because he's agree what is he said, because manipulator agree himself. So the manipulator does not do what he said because for him what he is saying is right. For instance, he said, I have a meeting, I have a date with the president of our country. It's wrong. It's lying. By the manipulator believe what he is saying. So the manipulator does not adopt what he's saying. That's why he succeeds. The sixth condition to avoid: when you say, I can't go somewhere, I have time for you, you must resist. You must insist. So you try to ask you question. When you try to explain, to give him the reason why you say no, you try to change your decisions. You have to desist, to resist, to insist. So he always comes back for you to do his heal. You have to resist. If you believe what the reason what you say, you can't grow it. If you follow him, he will manipulate you. He will manipulate you. That is sickness. He manipulates because he likes to manipulate. He manipulates because he's sick. His sickness. The manipulator doesn't love nobody. The manipulator doesn't like himself. So in the health, never never accept to be the victim of the manipulator. Don't be the victim of the manipulator. Don't be the executioner of a manipulator. If you say, so, since I'm in that marriage, I'm suffering, it will like to transform you an executoring. It's trying to, to master your mind, your self-mind. If you agree with you, if you believe what he's saying, he'll try to destroy you. Or he say, so seems I'm here, I think you seem to somebody who is suffering. It will transform you to a victim. Eh, so if you believe what she's saying or are saying, it's wrong. Is manipulator is always lying. You have to keep to be responsible. So you refuse all the things that you don't want to do. If you say that the manipulator is the responsible of your your happiness will create you difficulty. You have to be responsible in front of a manipulator. They are dangerous and you have to know how to do. But what may we do with a manipulator exactly? The manipulator is a mad person. When you're with a manipulator, you have to master all the movement, all what is same. They are the same behaviors, and they know the same method how to do in order to destroy the person we are under. So when you realize how it would do, you can't avoid all the things you do. The second thing to do, you have to relax yourself better. So we have to learn how to relax ourselves, to have a rest, and to avoid all the negative vibration of the manipulator. And when you are doing spirituality, you have to do it a lot that will help you to empty yourself, to fill yourself, because the manipulator is always recharging and it will empty you. When the manipulator destroys you and you realize you can't help you to know that is the smartest, is the biggest, because you are all in the bottom, will let you and go look for somebody here in order to keep on his sickness. The first condition, the manipulator is not precise when he speaks. So you have to get him to be precise. When he says some phrases, ask your question clearly and say him to be very precise. So when you are asking for the manipulator to be precise what he's saying, you limit and they are afraid of to be known, to be discovered. They are always hurting themselves in their saying. And when you live with a manipulator, say him your limit. Limit your contact with the manipulator and say here that I agree with that, so I don't agree with that other. He may know exactly what you are saying. When you are clear and whatever you do, all you will do is very, very precise. The manipulator will have all the problem with you, because the manipulator, when he's you, he will try to show you he's helping you. That's wrong. The manipulator is always lying, because when they are with somebody, they are to serve themselves. For instance, you cook something. You will realize that you cook something because you like to eat it. But it try to show you that why it's for because of you it cooks that wrong. The manipulator work all the time for himself. He try to achieve a goal himself. So in our example in the first video, the manipulator say to the member of his village, we are going to build the school of our village, but it's wrong. He's trying to build his house in the village. So he try to lie. You have to know exactly who he is, how he do in order to reach it, to achieve his goal. If you know the manipulator, you have all the difficulty to do whatever you want. You do the thing we will show you that you know the manipulator and he cannot do something against. He cannot do his crisis when if you have to be very precise. You have to respect your position. You have to respect when you say. You must resist. You must insist. When you say no, it's no for other. You try to change your decision. Pay attention because the manipulator don't like the person we are against their idea. We are trying to be against their decisions. So you have to limit your contact with the manipulator. If she's your wife, your partner, she will try to to know what affair you are doing. She will stay with you a long time to listen what you're doing, to look at your contact, your friend, your room worker in order to master yourself, to master all your timetable because you have to manipulate you and to manipulate you she has to know exactly you here in order to throw you in the bottom in order to destroy you. Here is that advice I give you to do how to live with a manipulator. So you have to click on subscribe for the newcomer and click on the bell in order to follow the next video. So I need your comment and you have to say whatever you want in order to develop for you. Thank you very much and see you for the next video.